Hello guys, welcome back to Coffee Chat Tuesday. Today's video was actually a requested video, something that I get asked so much of the time, and I'm going to come on here today and chat about it in a way that you might not have heard it really spoken about before, and that is how to juggle it all. How to juggle being a mum, you know, working, running around for things with the kids, afternoon school activities, keeping up with the housework, how I juggle it all. If you came over here to hear me say, wake up early, make a to-do list, this video is not necessarily going to be going down that route. So once again, I'm jumping on here, guys, being completely honest and just sharing like a little bit of a different perspective to hopefully make you walk away and feel a bit more normal, or feel like it's a struggle, or like you can't do it all, because I feel like no one can do it all of the time. Every single thing in your life that you choose or that you don't choose takes sacrifice. For example, if I want to push work aside to have more time to play with the kids, I get more time with my kids, but I make less money. If I have an hour in the day for me to spend to do something for myself and I decide to go to Pilates class, I'm not gonna have time to just like chill out and relax. If I have my period and I'm tired, it might be worth the sacrifice for me to, instead of going to Pilates class, just chill out and have an hour to like sit down, put my feet up and relax. Sunday night, I had a really crappy sleep this week, but I knew on Monday morning that I wanted to, or I'd planned to, wake up early and make sure I get on top of the laundry. I always find on Mondays, I don't know about you guys in your house, but there is the biggest pile of washing from after the weekend, and normally as well, just like the clothes from Friday after school and stuff all pile in, and then you got Saturday, Sunday. There was so much washing. So in my head, I was like, okay, Monday morning, I'm gonna get up at 5 a.m. and I'm gonna get it done. But Sunday night came and it was just an up and down night, the worst night's sleep. And I went, okay, you know what? I'm gonna sacrifice waking up and getting this laundry done because I feel like I need more sleep. So I'm gonna choose sleep instead of washing. But then I knew in the back of my head, okay, that means it's gonna be an extra day of laundry for me to have to catch up on tomorrow. So how I tend to look at it, instead of looking at it as a way of like trying to juggle it all or like fit everything in, is I look at my day with priorities, a set of priorities, and every single day they might change, or they might shuffle, or they might shift, or be completely different depending on where you're at, where your kids are at, what's going on, if they're having a hard day, if they're having a good day, if you're having a hard day, if you're having a good day, you know, and then that's not even accounting for the little things that pop up. I feel like sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves to feel like we have to fit everything in, but when I look at life in this way, it just kind of takes the pressure off, because it's like, okay, today I am going to prioritize this, 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 and this, and then things might happen. I'm like, okay, well, instead of prioritizing that today, like my kid's sick, so I'm going to prioritize them. Or instead of prioritizing getting to the gym today, I feel flat, I'm going to prioritize rest. Yeah, looking at it this way, I don't know what it is, but it makes me feel like I have permission to not try to fit everything in and juggle it all. Instead, it's just like, okay, what am I going to prioritize? And it can change from hour to hour throughout the day. I can come on here and say, wake up at 5 a.m. 3 days a week to get on top of your laundry or tidy up the house, or that I do the cleaning and tidying up of the house most mornings, because in the morning I feel like the kids are pretty chill and happy to relax, and then in the afternoons I find it's really chaotic. Or that I tend to book a Pilates class rather than going to the gym, because I feel like when I book a class in, it holds me more accountable. Which are all true for me, but every single person's life and priorities and values are completely different. So although for me, I find I hold myself accountable by booking a class, someone else might go, oh my gosh, I don't know when I'm going to be able to go on my day, so that would just like put so much pressure on me. I'd way rather go to the gym, have the flexibility to like just go whenever I want to go. Somebody else could have kids that wake up later and they've only got a short pocket of time in the mornings, and maybe their kids are chaotic in the mornings and they're nice and calm and chill in the afternoons. I hope this video makes sense to you and maybe just makes you feel a little bit better about juggling everything. It's really just about making the tiny decisions throughout the day that, you know, align best with you. What is that? Another part as well that really comes in with all of this, which you guys have probably heard me talk about so many times, is your values. Your values are going to be completely different to the person next door. So say someone who values a neat, tidy, clean environment, they will prioritize having a nice clean house over potentially going to the gym, or somebody who prioritizes being creative would probably prioritize fitting in some time for some painting or playing music or doing this rather than going for a walk. Not only that, but every single person's kids are so different too. So you can't compare yourself to the next person. You know, somebody's priorities for their kids and their values might be, you know, doing a whole heap of after school activities, and they might, you know, have grown up in that environment and really valued it and loved it. So for them, they prioritize, you know, taking their kids out every single afternoon to do after school activities. And you might look at them and be like, oh my gosh, how are they fitting this all in? But something's always got to sacrifice. So when you look at these people who are doing that, they might be sacrificing, you know, not having home cooked meals. They might be getting more takeaway and spending more money, or their house might not be as tidy as yours, or maybe they're struggling to keep up with the kids' homework. You know, every single person in their life where you see them thriving has had to take time from somewhere else. We all only have the same 24 hours in a day. I think thinking of it in this mentality, like even when you see someone doing something really well, it's like, cool, you can praise them and be like, that's amazing, but also know in the back of your head, like there is so many sacrifices they are making to be doing that or to be living that life. The juggle really is all just got to do with what we value and what makes sense to us in our own life. Anyways, I hope you guys liked this chat. It's a little bit of a different take on it, but this is something that I was literally just like sitting thinking about on my drive back from dropping the kids off at school. I put up a little questions box a couple days ago, like just asking you guys, like, you know, what would you like to hear more about? And there was so many mums in there going, just like, can you chat about how you juggle it all? How do you fit it all in? Like, how do you keep your house clean? And how do you do work? And how do you do this? And just know each time I'm doing one of those things, I'm sacrificing the other. And we're all only human, and nobody's life is perfect. Nobody has everything together. There's definitely, like I explained at the start of this video, things that I sacrifice to be able to do certain things. Even I was looking through the kids' emails just before, and I was like, okay, next week, like I have got Easter hat parade, 2 cross countries to go to, a dress up day next week. There's all these different kids activities, and then there's still like the soccer, the dancing. And I was like, okay, next week, either work's gonna sacrifice or the housework's gonna sacrifice. Like something's gonna have to give, because you cannot do it all. You are not a robot, and you do not have 50 million gazillion hours in a day. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's little coffee chat catch up, and I hope you guys have a beautiful week. Bye, see you next time.